Hello students, in this video we are going to learn the graphical implication of oscillation, or basically how do we represent the oscillatory motion in a form of a graph, and those graph varies with respect to the position time graph, velocity time graph, acceleration time graph and other things. So let's begin. Let's say x is equal to a sine omega t is the equation we have got, and we are going to plot a graph of x versus time t. So for omega t we can definitely write this as 2 pi by t into t, where this capital T is the time period. It is the time in which the motion repeats itself after equal intervals of time. So let's say the small t keeps on varying from 0 to capital T. Okay, so small t varies from 0 to capital T. So let's plot some points. Let's say 0 over here, t by 4, t by 2, 3t by 4 and t. Now let's try and substitute these values one by one in this omega t, and from that calculate the value of x over here. So if t is 0, this entire term is 0, which means it is sine 0. Sine 0 is 0 itself, which means x is equal to 0. That means the particle initial position is at x equal to 0. Now if we put t by 4 over here, so t by 4 gives 2 pi by t into t by 4, t gets cancelled, 2 1s are 2 2s are, gives us pi by 2. Now pi by 2, which means 90 degree. If we put that, sine 90 is 1, so x becomes plus a. Let's consider that position over here as plus a. So particle is over here. Then at t by 2, so 2 pi by t into t by 2, we get pi. Sine of pi is 0 again, which means particle comes back to its mean position. Let's put 3t by 4 now. So 2 pi by t into 3t by 4, t gets cancelled, 2 1s are 2 2s are, we get 3 pi by 2. Sine of 3 pi by 2 is minus 1, and that makes x as minus a. So let's consider that position over here, which is minus a over here. Then we have the last time as time t, so 2 pi by t into t, the t gets cancelled, we get the angle as 2 pi. Now sine of 2 pi or sine of 0 is same as 0, which means the particle comes back to its original position. Now if we join all the points, we are not going to join them as a straight lines, because in between, when the value of t will change, the sign of that function of t will change, which is nothing but a curve, and so we get the graph something like this. This graph is called a sine graph. So from the time values or instants of time, we can get the position of x from the graph itself. So as we got the graph for position versus time, let's try and relate the velocity time graph with it. Can I say first of all, the velocity equation from a sine omega t, derivative of it, will give us a omega cos omega t, which means if we want to plot the graph of velocity versus time, time will be on the x-axis, velocity will be on the y-axis, and since omega t is the same angle which we are talking about, we'll have the same instance of time, 0, t by 4, t by 2, 3t by 4 and t. And that means the value of angle will also be the same at the same instance of times. So if we try and again plot the values, for 0 we get omega t to be 0, so cos of 0 is 1 this time, and so v is a omega, which means it starts from upper extreme. The value of velocity starts from upper extreme. Then if we put t by 4, we get the angle as pi by 2. Cos pi by 2 is 0, which means the velocity at t by 4 becomes 0. Then at t by 2, the angle we get is pi. Cos of pi is minus 1, which means this becomes minus a omega. So let's consider this over here, minus a omega. And 3t by 4 over here will give us the angle 3 pi by 2. Cos of 3 pi by 2 is 0, which means velocity is 0. And at last, the value of t will give us 2 pi. Cos 2 pi is again 1. So velocity is a omega, which means over here. And so we get the curve something like this. Again, it's a curve because it's a cos function. So something like this. Now if we actually compare both the equations or both the graphical forms, you will find that this graph and this graph is almost the same if we just extend this part over here. And if you check, this graph is exactly the same as this. The only thing is, it is already at the position of t by 4, that is the upper extreme, at t is equal to 0, which means this graph is leading by this time, and in this time the angle was covered, if you remember, was pi by 2, because at 0 it was 0 angle and t by 4 it was pi by 2. So I can say the velocity leads or have a phase difference of pi by 2 with respect to position or displacement. So phase difference between position and velocity is pi by 2. Now similarly, if we try it for acceleration, the graph or the equation first of all is omega square a sine omega t. So as you can see, it is the same equation, a sine omega t. So the graph will be exactly the same. The only thing is there is a minus sign involved, which means the graph will practically look exactly opposite of it. Something like this. And so over here we got the extremes as plus omega square a and minus omega square a. So over here we have got the extremes as plus omega square a and minus omega square a. But at the same time, if you compare both the graphs, this graph and this graph is again exactly the same if you extend like this. So if you check, this is exactly same as this, which means this graph is leading by this whole half part over here, and that means it is leading by this 0 to t by 2, and t by 2 the angle was pi, which means the phase difference between position and acceleration is pi, and that means the phase difference between velocity and acceleration is pi by 2. So basically the graph helps to decide the position with respect to time, the velocity with respect to time, and the acceleration with respect to time. I hope it helps you to understand. You can also practice graph for x being a cos omega t, or minus a sine omega t, or minus a cos omega t, and accordingly you get the equation of velocity and acceleration, and accordingly the graph will vary. But the relation of phase difference which I gave you for the position velocity being pi by 2, for velocity acceleration being pi by 2, and for position and acceleration being pi will always remain same. Thank you.